Hey drummers, hope you're well. Shout out to Ray who was working on this today. This is just the idea of a simple drum fill using the da-da-da, like 3-E-R or 1-E-R rhythm figure. When we start learning the drums, we tend to learn basic note values, quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes or crotchets, quavers, semiquavers. Then at grade 1, we encounter two combination figures, 1 and, like 2 16ths joined to 1 eighth, 1 and then also 1 and, which is an eighth note joined to 2 16th notes, 1 and. Later at grade 3, depending on the syllabus you're doing, we encounter this one, 3-E-R or 1-E-R. This is like, if you think of 4 16th notes, 1-E and this is the 1, the E, and then the and the one that's missing, although it's not technically missing, is the and, right? So if you counted 1-E and this is 1-E, The and isn't missing, it's accounted for because you've got a 16th note, an 8th note, and then a 16th note. 1-E and One of my favourite things to do is stick as if you were playing single stroke roll for 16th notes. So right, left, if you're right-handed like me. And then any rhythm figure that you play where it involves 16ths, you just take away the stick that is not there, if you see what I mean. So in the grade 1 examples, remember we're basing it on 1 and so 1-E and you'd stick as right, left, right, because by default, because the is not there at the end. 1 and you'd stick as right, left, because right, left, 1-E and the left stick on E isn't there. And in this rhythm figure, therefore we'd go right, left, 3-E or whatever beat you're on. 1-E again, 1-E and but there's no and. 1-E. The reason I like that so much when we're getting started on the drums, it's not for all time, it's not for all seasons, but the reason I like it when we get started is it's because our lead hand then lands on the beat, ready to play the next note, especially if you're doing things like playing bass drum on the beat. Your right foot and your right hand are always landing together, so I think that's a great place to start. Here's the suggested drum fill. By the way, the reason we were doing this today, shout out to Ray who was working on this, was it's just such a brilliant way to get into a rhythm figure, is just make it into a drum fill and play it. So much more than just reading it off a page, doing it from a book, although people dig that and that's great. But I would say just making a drum fill of it, grooving on it, playing it round and round is just such a great way to get a feel for the rhythm figure. Again, the rhythm figure is 3-E. We're going to go 3-E, followed by 4-E, 3-E, 4-E, right, left. It will come in on beat 3. 1 and 2 again, and 3-E, and 3-E. As you get the feel for it, the 4-E ander, you can move around the kit. Here's some examples. Right, left, 3, 4, here it comes. 3, 4, here we go. And 4, and here it comes. So it's again 3-E. Think of 3-E and but no and. There's a gap for it though. 3-E because that E is an 8th note, carries on for 2 16th notes. 3-E. Again slow. 1 and 2 and 3-E. 4-E. And 3-E. 4-E. And 4-E. And 2 and 3 and pick it up. Do 3 bars groove, 1 bar fill. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2. here we go. And 3, 4, here we go. So 3E, 4E. Like I say, shout out to Ray who's working on that. Such a lovely way to get into these different note values. Remember that just learning this stuff, reading music, music theory, counting, recognizing rhythm figures like this is for me just so powerful, because not only can you do that, you can then read music and replicate stuff you're being asked to play if it comes to it. But it's way more than that. I'd say a couple of other things. One is you can then, when you're playing by ear, you can pick things out, because what it becomes is like when you learn this stuff, it becomes like another one of them. Like how often am I learning stuff by ear and you just hear da da da, you're like, okay, cool, 3E. Like it just becomes part of who you are. You just recognize these phrases, and rather than trying to just sort of pull stuff out of nowhere when you're learning by ear, you've got this clear structure that you can draw on. So I hugely recommend, if you're not already like getting into this stuff, learning to read, learning to count, learning your rhythm figures, all this sort of stuff. So cool. And the other thing is creativity as well. I personally find that it's not just about reading these things. Often gets characterized as just like dry. Oh, I'm just reading these things. I don't want to do that. I want to be creative. No, this fuels creativity as far as I'm concerned by, as I've said hundreds of times on this channel by now, by exposing your musical brain to these different possibilities. It puts you in a great position to create with them, to do different things with them, to take a basic idea, move it around the kit. All these rhythm figures are, once you learn them, are just start points. You then sit, you can create with them. And I often find by thinking of a rhythm figure and doing something creative with it, creating a fill with it, I find that I come up with something quite different and typically more creative than I would have done if I'd just out of nowhere said, oh, I'm just going to try to play something and see what happens. So they can be a great spark for creativity as well. Shout out to Ray. As ever, on the channel members page, if you head there now, there'll be a notation and a practice along with the count written in for this drum fill. Shout out to all the amazing channel members who support this channel. I appreciate it so much. Every day I'm seeing people face to face and on Zoom. Channel members join up. They can check in for a Zoom session. I'll write you a practice plan. I'll be on hand for you to give you feedback as you go along. And if you think that service would be useful, please consider joining up. Details below. Thanks a million. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Ray. Have fun with these. Any questions, give me a shout. See you soon. Cheers.